My name is Adam. I am a software developer from Hungary. It is a post-communist country, but now we had a great change in politics, so I'm hoping for the best. Other than that, AI destroys my industry currently, so I'm kinda swirling in that department. I have 2 kids. They are twins, 2 little girls, and I love them more than anything. And my life is kind of a mess currently, and I think my YouTube channel will be about trying to figure this shit out, because in the past 5 years it turned onto its head. I mean, my job, my personal life, my everything. So I grew up in Hungary. I had 3 siblings, but I was the smallest, so I grew up kind of like an only child, because during that time they were already out of the house and living their lives and stuff like that. I wanted to be an artist, a fine artist, to draw. That was my hobby for the longest time. I even went to this prestigious art school. There were these big masters there, and they just discouraged me totally. So I was like, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this anymore. So that wasn't nice, because that was my fucking plan, to be an artist. Then I was aimless in high school and I hated it as fuck. I was the only poor kid in a private high school. And everybody, were cooler, and they had rich parents and they did cool shit, and I was only feeling left out and an outsider. So I hated high school. I had no idea what to do, fine arts and stuff like that wasn't an option anymore, so I was clueless and worried. So I kind of finished high school like that. I didn't went to a university, but my idea was that I will figure it out, and I didn't know that how painful it will be eventually to figure it out, because you have to go down to the depths, into chaos. But eventually I ended up as a software developer. Started as a hobby. I wanted to be an indie game developer, because mobile games, Flappy Bird, stuff like that were big back then, and everybody was like, oh, you have to do this app development thing. That was the new hype. But anyway, I went to Ireland to help my sister. We had this deal that I will help her with her business for a year. So I did that and worked in a beauty salon. I was the receptionist. They called me Toy Boy, the old ladies. Anyway, so I struggled there a little bit, trying to figure out what the fuck I will do. But actually this programming and software thing started in the beauty salon, because if you work in a beauty salon and you're a receptionist, you have a lot of time on your hand, and my job was to create the website for the beauty salon. And I used Wix. I don't know if it's still around, the drag and drop website builder, and it was painfully slow to put together the thing. That struggle with Wix, I realized that it would be nice if I could just have something describing how this fucking web page should look like. So I was like, I will try to learn this programming thing, and I will create games, mobile games. I created my first mobile game, and it sucked, but at least I learned how to code. I decided to come home to Hungary, and this is 2018. Coding boot camps and stuff like that. There are, there is not enough supply for this demand of fucking programmers. Anybody can be a fucking programmer, so I was that anybody. I went through that, and I ended up in this startup. From that junior position, I ended up around the time when AI hit. I was a lead front-end developer, and I worked on these maritime, ships, stuff like that, satellites, and a big legacy project, modernization, and we built micro front ends and stuff like that. Anyway, then AI came, and I realized that I don't want to work for a company, and I met my almost wife, and I don't know if I want to speak about my life in this detail, because nobody will give a fuck. But anyway, I go and continue. So then I left that job to go to this agency to work there for more money, because I thought I need more money because I will have twins and I need to buy a house, we have to move, and I need the money, and that was my thing. Yeah, it turned out to be a terrible decision. Because that time, I think, coming down from COVID thing happened in the tech industry, where they started to just offload people to the market, and just everything went haywire. And also around the girls were 1 year old, ChatGPT came, and that muddied the water also gradually, up until the point where now we are not writing any code by hand, which is strange, because it was a thing. And my marriage failed, and we get separated, and I get my health and my mental and physical, they are connected, but both went to the shitter, and I get addicted to cigarettes and doing stupid shit, spending poorly and making bad life decisions. And just feeling like I'm in a fucking ditch. And probably my channel will be naturally about the process of this process of me trying to climb out of the ditch. Yeah, hey! And maybe we'll find value in it somehow. Maybe I will, share things that help me, or you just resonate with it because you're in the ditch currently and doing stupid shit and blaming yourself, and you try to change and stuff like that. So I already did put myself together once before my career fling, when I reached this pinnacle. Looking back, I already solved these problems. I just we added the kids to the mix, and this relationship, which I don't know if I try to salvage. If it's salvageable, probably that would be the best thing. So I don't know. These days I just feel that I miss her. Maybe we can figure this shit out. And also I have to fix my professional thing because AI ate my lunch. I was the man, at least it felt like that, and now it's like it's in the air. I don't know how it will end up, if we don't write code, and anybody can write code, and how this profession looks like, and do I even want to work at a particular company, because I just worked at this huge company in the past, I don't know, 1.5 years, and it felt very bad, but that not gives enough weight to this thing. It's very bad. I hate it. It's a fucking gigacorp, you're just a little tiny cog in the machine, and it feels just bad. I feel like I had a skill set which became kind of useless, or at least a good chunk of it. And the problem is, you can say that I You know, the other half is still useful, but the yeah, my biggest problem is that the missing part was the fun part. So I don't know if I want to do this anymore, and if I don't, what the fuck else I will do. I'm not sure. So it will be great. If you want, follow me. That's it. Goodbye.